Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Infinite Respawn podcast. I'm still Chicken.
I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Griff, and I feel like your intro got longer to make up for the fact that we didn't have Baka today, so...
I mean, we're here so rarely anymore. I mean, I gotta make sure that everybody still remembers us.
Real life, man. Real life.
Yeah, February was kind of a dumpster fire, so I'm sorry. And Baka got, like, the brunt of that dumpster fire. He had to have some significant emergency surgery, and he's okay. Thankfully. He'll be back next week, but he did have some family coming to visit him today, so he could not be here.
Yes. He's in the woods, but he's not lost anymore.
Yeah.
So it was I cannot understate how absolutely serious it was of an event, but he made it through here. He's still here with us, which is great, and he should be back on the show next time we do. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then he can talk about it if he wants to. I'm not...
Yeah, that's on him.
Yeah.
That's not our business to share.
I'm not going to overshare his life. But, you know, he's around. So, and then we all had birthdays, so everybody got a little older, and we didn't like that. And Chicken had some teeth yanked out. That was great. We had to buy a dryer. Oh, it couldn't stand up for like a week.
I couldn't stand up for a week. I had vertigo. Still have it. Just I can stand up and walk now.
He's getting used to it. His life is all wobbly now, but he's used to it.
He's supposed to be making an appointment.
I am. Somebody gets on to me if I don't. But I also it's one of those where I found out because I didn't drink during that entire time period either, because God knows what would happen.
We have drunk and vertigo. I think I'm just gonna vomit. Thanks.
Yeah, I was about to say that'd probably be a lot of nausea.
Well, to be fair, the first couple of days that's all I did anyway, without having to be drunk. But the other part of it is like what I found out is I can have a few drinks in like a week's period of time. I can have a couple drinks in a day, but I don't need to have more than that because it affects sometime during the week. It'll affect that again and make it to where I'm weeble wobbly all over again. It's just like,
so
okay.
Like, you drank on Monday and then like Thursday, you're like, oh God, I'm going to throw up everybody.
Well, it's more like if I drink on Monday and then I drink again on Wednesday, the Thursday is going to be that way. But if I drink on Wednesday and I should be good if I don't drink the other days of the week. But or I limit very significant limit, because the problem I ran into and the reason I figured this out is Friday we all played video games and stuff, and I had drank on Wednesday, and then Friday I was like, oh, I'm getting off work. I just finished doing my job. I was working outside that day. I had not had enough water before I went to go drink. So I had 2 drinks, not a big deal. Came home, ate, and hung out with y'all online, and I had 1 drink that literally lasted 2 hours of our playthrough. That's how long that drink lasted. So there wasn't a whole lot of alcohol in it. But yesterday I woke up and
had regrets.
Ooh, whoa, okay. The wobble's back. All right, no weeble. The weeble's the head, the wobble's the feet.
So no alcohol, no coffee. What else can't you do? All of the fun stuff.
I just don't drink it as much as I used to. Like the big thing of coffee that, I normally drink, I don't do. I'll have 1 cup of coffee and I'm done. But because it becomes problematic. But I'm okay. I'm alive. I can play video games again, which I couldn't do for a while. That sucked. It's like, oh, not only do I feel bad, I can't do any of the stuff I enjoy doing.
That happened to me a little bit when I was pregnant with Nugget years and years ago, where it's like I've never experienced motion sickness playing a video game until then, and I'm glad that is gone forever. I do not want that back. Thank you. I like my video games too much. Did y'all want to talk about some video games? Just
nice little life catch up there.
I mean, okay, February was a big
it's been a
dumpster month, so
I'm glad that it is March now.
Yeah.
I am too. And I mean, last month was my birthday month. It was Griff's birthday month. But it's like, I'm done with February. I'll give it a year type thing.
Hopefully that's the end. 2026 can let up now. Thanks. Yeah. I don't think it's going to, but thanks.
Get it all out of the way now.
All right. Well, where do we want to jump in with our handful of things that we picked out?
Yes.
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 Early on, it was like the beginning of February. High Guard was the big touted game at the Video Game Awards, and everybody was waiting for it. And
It was the last reveal, right?
Yeah, it was
Am I
the
right
one
on
that
Yep,
we were
it was
like,
the
ooh, look at
last
this
reveal.
RPG. Oh, no, it's a shooter.
yeah, I was like, oh, that sounds kind of neat. That sounds kind of neat. I watched somebody play it for a little bit because my computer can't run it because it's got to have that safety start thing that Windows 11 has to have, the safety boot or whatever it is, the secure boot, I think it is. Yeah, it's got to have
Secure
that in
boot.
order to run it. So I was like, well, I don't have that, so I'm not going to watch it, or I'm not going to play it. I'll just watch and see. And yeah, it's
It's a game that was there.
it such an interesting choice to show that one is last. Like, it really did not feel like it was anything special. So when it was first released, the main gameplay style was it was a 3v3 capture the flag mini BR thing. It was so weird. Like, it had a little bit of Apex Legends in there, or Apex in
Well, I
there.
mean, the people that created it worked on Apex.
I guess that's
Yeah.
why it was 3v3, right? Because, I mean, that's what Apex is.
Yeah. When Apex,
But it was
went in,
only 3v3. Like, there was nothing else. It's just 3 people versus 3 people, 2 teams.
yeah.
Of
So
3.
basically, it was their arena mode. Apex is arena mode, but larger, which I feel like the maps are just the right size on the arena mode that Apex created for 3v3.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, the map that was big for High Guard, like really big.
And so now they've decided they've created a 5v5.
Which was going to
Probably
be like
feels
a
better.
temporary, but they made it permanent.
Yeah, but well, it's because everybody suggested you should go to 5v5, and I think that they were like, "What?" Because they were so stuck in their
Yeah.
ways, and then they did it, and then everybody's like, "Oh my, much better." Their reviews have gone up. There's got a little bit more people playing, not a whole lot more, but I mean, when you go to like 50 people playing, and you're at like 150, it's a little different. But it is getting more positive reviews. I still do not understand them not either doing a play test for people to kind of like Marathon did, where they came in, they did a play the first time Marathon came out, do a play test and then having people create their opinion on it, or going into early access to start with, instead of doing a full release like they did, because everybody, when it came out with the negative reviews and everything else, basically said this is not a thought out, this is an unfinished product.
Yeah.
And they are, to their credit, they are making adjustments and doing the 5v5, but I don't know that it's going to save it.
I was about to say, I think it's dead, because looking at this, the charts, when it first came out, they had streamers in every regard playing this thing. I am talking like,
Yeah, there were a lot of people you watched that
Twitch.
were playing it.
It topped up at 97,000 people. It's averaging 400 now. Like, it's so low. They're like, they laid off half of their entire studio. Like, basically, this is the end. I don't see this game being able to come back from its such deep negative reception, because the gameplay flow is so weird. Like, you pick your hero, and you go out and you like harvest these crystals to buy stuff from the vendors, or you run around and open up chests, Borderlands style, and equip gear and armor, and you pick up weapons, and then the sword spawns in like one of the 3 main little zones. You go there and you fight the other team and get the sword. Then you take the sword to the enemy base and like plug it into one of the keys, and then it starts the attack defense style game where the tower comes in and you fight them, and you try to turn off their generators and steal their base heart. And then if you don't, then it sends you back and you restart the round again. You re-equip, find the sword, and attack their base again. It's so unfluid. The gameplay just, like Oak said, is they really needed some big feedback before
launch.
like pushing this thing out there. And I'm sorry, but Jeff Keighley hurt your game more than he helped. Like
I'm
putting
trying
this,
to hype it up.
putting this at the end of the video games award and hyping, like even talking this thing up. That thing should have been somewhere in the middle. Like been like, oh yeah, here's a new game from so and so, and everyone's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm interested in that, and really kind of tempered the hype, and then they could kind of release it under the radar, fix their game, kind of hold momentum. But you put it up here, man, and when it came out, you put all the big streamers on it, and none of them were really impressed, and that thing just
Yeah, I don't understand why you
boom.
didn't at least have, a large group of streamers play it, not on stream, but like come almost in-house test it, obviously from their own homes, but so they could give you feedback before they were disappointed to the masses, you know? Like, if
Well,
you weren't going to do a playtest on the big scale, at least something like that, where it's like, these are people that may not be experts, but they're watched enough that their opinion will matter. So, what they think about your game should tell you how to kind of fix it before it goes out to the big market.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
I feel like it's trying to do too much. Where it's like
it was
the people that are
trying to
going to
do
try to
too
play a
much.
battle arena are not looking forward to necessarily doing, a looter shooter minigame beforehand so that they can build up stuff and then do like a tower defense mode. It just seems like it's too many ideas trying to fit together, and it wasn't going to be a mass market game.
It's like putting steps into a BR. Like it really did feel like you're forcing steps into a BR style, where it's like in a BR, you land, you chase some weapons, you get into fights, and then you start running from the circle and you try to fight everybody else. This one was like you run, you loot, you wait, you go to where the objective is, you fight them off, you get the objective, you push to their base, you fight them at their base, you reset.
Yeah.
It's just a really
Or, you
unfun
make it
loop.
like a cooperative shooter thing instead of a PvP. And then you have like a PvE thing where you and your friends can do the tower defense stuff together and all of that. I don't know. It just seems like they had a lot of ideas that couldn't mesh together into something that a large group of people are going to want to do consistently.
Yeah, it was really odd.
I do
and
wonder
I
whose
can't
idea.
say.
Like, did they ask for that spot or pay for that final spot or?
I think it was Jeff gave them that spot. I'm pretty sure he went to play and was like, "This is so great. I know. I'm going to put this in my show."
Maybe
I
that's
think
it. Maybe he was more
him.
impressed than.
Well, and I feel like if 5v5 would work, like I think they were better off with the size of the maps they had. They could go, okay, we're going to do the 5v5 instead of 3v3 on the release. We'll do 5v5 and release it out. And then we're going to introduce a 7v7 mode. And then, but that's your temporary. You know what I mean? That's your temporary versus going, we're going to do 3v3 with a big giant fucking maps.
I feel
Or
like
you could
that's
do the
part of
opposite.
it
Go
is map
5v5.
size.
Let's try a 3v3. But I feel like 5v5 sounds like the right thing if people are doing it positively.
I think with the 7v7 though, you run out of heroes because I think there are only 7 heroes, and then you're basically like,
But everybody gets to play one of the heroes. And
Yeah, I
and
know,
actually play
right?
it, right?
yeah. So I mean, it's just yeah. But then you fall into the meta of that hero sucks ass. Nobody wants to play it. Well, shit, I have to play this hero because it's the last one pick. I'm not playing it. I quit.
Yeah,
Like,
how many lobbies
you run into
fell
this.
because
Fair.
player, X doesn't
Well,
want
right
to
now
play
they fell because they have
Shenanigans.
400 people playing.
Yeah, like 100%. Like, oh man, it's rough. But sometimes that's just how game development is, and it feels awful for them. I think it like I said, it almost feels like they were set up to fail from the beginning.
And here's the thing: is this a possibility? And this is all going to depend upon how the actual release happens this month. But it's a possibility that High Guard could fail this year after releasing after a month's time, and Marathon could tank. Because Marathon right now they did their playtest for their server slam, and they only had 150,000 show up, which sounds like a lot of people for server
But I think
slam.
that's like across everything, right?
But that was a free event across everything, and Sony's going to look at those numbers and go, nope. Because for an actual independent game, if Bungie was still independent, 150,000 is not too bad. But Sony's going to look at those numbers and go, no. Not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched a bit of that gameplay too, and the aesthetic is neat. I'll give it that. But it seems like there's so much what's the word I'm looking for? Like bloom and colors. Like everything feels like it pops with colors. There's so much visual clutter in almost everything that happens. It's wild to watch. It's hard to follow. Like I said, I've watched a few people and they've basically completely lost track of what was going on because there's like grenades going off, smoke going off, gunfire going off, everything exploding in different colors, and you just kind of lose track of everything because it's hard to keep like.
I feel like that's going to be if the
off.
game continues to go on. I feel like it's going to be one of those things similar to Fortnite, and the fact that like Fortnite has a feature that if you're hard of hearing, that you can turn on and it allows you to be able to see where sounds are coming from.
Yes.
On your little reticle, it'll show it to you.
Yeah.
And everyone turns that on. Everyone. And then you have people that will in Call of Duty that will dumb down the graphics so they can see further. Even though their machine can handle it because of the way that system works. So I feel like it's going to be like, oh, we're going to go into colorblind mode or some shit like that in Marathon, and everybody's going to run it that way so they could do it. So it's, I don't know. And I know the UI needs a lot of work. They're already saying that they're going to patch that out on day one.
Yeah.
Because of the way it's set up. It's one of the, quoting another person, they said that it is the worst UI on an extraction shooter ever.
It's very cluttered. It's not intuitive.
That's saying a lot, I feel like.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely not taking down Arc Raiders. That's for damn sure.
Mm-mm. And you know, Arc Raiders, somebody was comparing it because the 150,000 that they had on the play test. Arc Raiders had, I think it was 90,000 or something like that, or 80,000 that showed up for their first play test, and people were trying to compare on that. And it's like, but your systems are different. Like, it's not going to touch Arc Raider. It's gotten way too big.
The numbers for Arc Raiders, so they had 150,000 for their server slam. Arc Raiders right now has 238,000 people playing. 238,000 people just on a regular. They regular over 150 to 200,000 people a day. Like, I mean, their every day is as much as your server slam. Like, that's intense, man. Arc Raiders is an incredible game.
Yeah, and it was free to play. Like, and your game, they're releasing the game for $40, so the same price as what Arc Raider was. So it's like they're going to release this for $40. I don't see you having a lot of people buy this game.
Yeah,
I just don't.
Yeah, especially when your choices are buy this for $40 and it's new, or buy Arc Raiders, which is established and has a massive player base. And like out of extraction shooters, Arc Raiders seems pretty good choice, especially their matchmaking algorithm too. If you are a passive player, they put you with other passive players, and if you're aggro, they put you with aggro players. So you're, depending on how you play, you will find a more comfortable spot in that game for you to play in. So you don't have to feel so pressured. I don't like PvP. Well, don't PvP. You'll eventually start getting non-PvP lobbies. And you can just chill with the people. It's like not that hard. It's pretty much an easy choice in my opinion. And I think because Sony doesn't like risky stuff, I could see them like shutting down Marathon after like a year or so.
You know what? And the craziest thing to me is they could have made this a totally different IP than one they already had.
Yeah.
And then worked on an actual reboot of Marathon and given all of us that are fans of older games like that what we wanted, which was to reboot Marathon in the right way instead of destroying the IP by creating this. But we'll see when it comes out, you know. I could be surprised and people could absolutely love it, but I just don't see it happening right now based on the reviews that are out there.
I don't disagree with that at all.
You know, and with High Guard, I see High Guard. It maybe the 5v5. I think the best option they would have is to go back out, and if they have any money left in the bank, go back out and have some of these bigger streamers play it one more time now that they've made the adjustments.
Yeah.
And make it like a last ditch effort.
Yeah, even then, I mean, it's going to be rough. But I mean, at that point, what do you have to lose? You literally have nothing left to lose.
I mean, I guess that's true. You just have to hope that the streamers will come back and do that for you, you know? Because I don't know that you've got money that you could pay them to do it, but some of them are willing to, you know, be like, all right, that's fine. We'll do the thing.
Or you have Jeff Keighley go onto his Games Award channel
and play it. Stream it. You know,
that would probably be your only chance to be.
I don't know.
Honest.
I kind of disagree
be like,
with
this
that.
is your fault.
I feel like he's not somebody that we look to take advice, because I feel like there's not a nice way to say it. He just blows too much smoke up people's asses for us to take his opinion on stuff seriously, because he's always, oh, you know, this is great. This game is the biggest thing ever. It's the most amazing thing. And even if it's absolutely mid, he will say the same thing about that he does about like a masterpiece. So it's just hard to...
You're kind of right. I feel like he lacks the criticalness of properly giving an opinion on stuff, which I'm okay with him kind of bolstering stuff, but sometimes you've got to like be real about things so that people know to trust you.
Yeah, I think that's the problem, is he's too overly positive. He's like the toxic positivity kind of thing.
He's the guy everyone accuses streamers and YouTubers of being when they get paid for a sponsorship to review a game.
He sounds like
he's the guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
He is
100%.
absolutely the guy.
Sounds 100%. Like a shill every time.
And I mean, maybe that's just like why he's so good at presenting things, is that like people who put their games in his hands know that he will always be positive about it. But us regular folk, we have a bit harder time trusting you in your opinion when all you ever do is talk greatness about everything.
As normies.
Like, yeah, like, I mean... But I understand that coming from a presenter. Like, it's his job to be positive. Can you imagine, like, who would go on his show if he was like, and here, up on this next game, I thought it was okay, Matt, but they paid me enough money to be able to put it up here, and I think it's okay. It's like, okay, I understand where you're coming from. You gotta be positive.
I see what you're saying, but at the same time, like, it does feel like there is no counter to that. It is
exactly, but that's the thing of being a presenter, is you don't have.
So I don't know that you would take him seriously if you were watching him stream a game.
Yeah.
Well, I would love to watch him get his ass handed to him while streaming a game. So he might get a lot of views, because I wouldn't be the only one that'd feel that way.
Nothing but hate watching, hate watchers for the last 30 years.
Too funny.
Man, what else we got?
All right, well, that's the high guard thing. That was absolutely bananas. The Ashes of Creation debacle, I should say.
I don't think that game sounds familiar, but I can't place it well enough to know.
So it was like the MMORPG that was going to be the MMORPG back in 2017 when it raised 3.2 for them to start developing it. Well, over the last several years, its development has kind of stagnated and been really slow and really tough. And if I'm not mistaken, let me go to Steam. They decided to do, after almost 10 years, to do a early access after your Kickstarter 10 years ago, to do an early access again on Steam, which first of all was looked upon as like, what did you do with the last ton of money that we gave you?
I mean, I would be fine with it if everybody got a free copy that put in money to the game.
No, I think you had to buy it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what he's saying, is he probably would have been okay with an early access if you paid into the Kickstarter. You got the copy for free, though.
Yeah, if I got a copy for free or whatever, because you'll have steps on a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't even buy you can't buy it anymore on Steam.
No. That's
shutting down.
Kind of what the article's about.
Yeah. So yeah, that got really rough on them, because I'm pretty sure, like, if I'm not mistaken, it was they had to, like, after all the Kickstarters, you still had to buy it again. I think if you did, they gave you access from their website for a Steam copy, if I'm not mistaken. which they have to. Like I can't fathom in my head that they would ask you to pay for it a second time.
Right.
I mean, get to fathom.
I can't fathom. But that was in December, okay, and their director resigned, and several of the senior staff resigned because because of the board of the people who ran like behind the scenes wanted more money out of the game, and the game was already suffering so badly that you've already wasted so much money and years of progress on this thing. We put it back into early access and have made no progress, and now you're asking people to pay again. It's like, okay, guys. So they left. Poor, just complete mismanagement of this game in its entirety. It's almost like this thing was like destined to fail again since the beginning. So it's shutting down. You can't buy it, and like all of these people that have been invested in this game for the last 10 years get nothing.
Which kind of sucks. I mean,
well, there'll be several lawsuits that are on there, and the other thing is like the guy that was the creator of the game that bowed out. Evidently, they created a board, and the board was, as he put it, not ethically agree with or carry out what they were asking to do. So that's why he was resigning his position and done. And then you had your senior staff director and all that stuff that left after he left, because of what the board was asking to be done. I am interested to see, because he also states later on that he can't say any more than what he said, because of the fact that there is litigation going on currently with that as well. So
well then,
it'll be interesting to see how that one ends up turning out, because I believe Kickstarter has a thing set into their system that only certain criteria have to hit before you can actually sue for something like this. I would feel it would meet it, but if you put in 2017 and they were like, okay, this is going to be like a 10-year project, and we're on year 9 before it happens, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah. I don't know how far the game was along in 2017 when they originally put the starter in either.
Yeah.
Like, did they, like, what? How big was your working copy at that point?
Yeah, and that's always rough about these Kickstarter games, is like, especially when it's a Kickstarter. Like I feel like you are safer to invest in the friend slop games these days, which there are plenty of. Because they're usually only asking, it's literally like a Steam version of Kickstarter, except you've got Steam backing you up. You play it for a couple of hours and you're like, whatever. Steam's like, here you go, here's your money back. Cool, you refunded it after playing it for an hour or two. Okay. So you can see what they have. You can come back and try it again later if you want. Like, you have Steam kind of backing you up in these scenarios. But with Kickstarter, I mean, you're just like, I hope I'm getting something out of this. And, you know, it's big risky, and like, you don't even know if you've got a feasible playing. Like, some games that we've gotten in early access have just died, and some early access developers are hitting it hard. Like, they're constantly updating. They've got a vision. They love their project, and they are pushing hard for it. So sometimes, like, that's what I look for now. Quote me, like 10 years ago. I don't do early access. I don't buy early access or anything. Times change. I understand my view has evolved, and now I've kind of more involved in early access games, because it's nice to see people passionate about making games early so that they can give you something and then keep updating it through Steam's infrastructure, and seeing how Steam adapts to that too. Like, if every early access game is going to be a risk.
Yes.
Okay, I understand that. Do your research. It's important for you to see. If I'm interested in a game, I'll put it on my wish list, and then I'll watch it a little longer, see how their updates go. Then I'll join their Discord. I'll see how their discussions are going, see how they talk to their people, see how their updates are, and then I'll try to invest. Like, first thing is, you got to give me a demo. You got to give me a demo to see how your game plays. Okay, I'm interested. And then I will join your Discord. I'll see how your updates are going, and then I'll buy it. If I like it enough. Yeah, like I said, maybe I'll buy it. But you've got to be invested enough and show me enough that I can willingly invest in you. Really, it feels like we're investors, and you've got to show me why you deserve my money.
Yeah,
So.
I agree. I
think
like
it's
you have changed my view on it. I'm similar agreement with you on how that works.
Well, and early access is so common now. Like it's, you know, and as games get bigger, you're going to see more of it, especially if they have like survival games specifically. They've got to, you know, continue to evolve, even though there's so many blueprints. If you think about all the different games that are out there, and then one of them will go, well, this was popular 10 years ago, so that's what I'm going to put in my game. And we're like, no, we don't want that anymore. Why are you doing that?
Or, I mean, sometimes, though, it's like, well, that's been missing for that long. Maybe we do want that back, don't you? Because you don't have to be like, I need to chase every trend.
That's fair, too.
And I think early access does innovation better than AAA studios. AAA takes so long to kind of innovate from one another, but you throw a bunch of indie guys who are just trying to like make their game stand out. They evolve each other's ideas so fast. It's like, I like this game. This is incredible. I want to try to make one like this, but I got different ideas. And then you see how they do it, and you're like, I love this game.
Well, and that
like
might be one of the
too.
disadvantages, too, that your bigger AAA studios have. Because, like, we'll use Sony for an example. We'll use Marathon for an example, since that's what we were just talking about. Marathon is owned by Bungie. Bungie is owned by Sony. And, you know, they've got a juggernaut, Destiny 2, that's been around forever. Destiny in general, been around forever. And they've done really well with it. Last couple updates and stuff weren't necessarily great, but people still continue to play the game like crazy. So if they put Marathon in early access to start with, people would have thrown a conniption fit. Because they were like, why do they need this? Why do they need the money? Why do they need to test it this way? And my thought process would be, because they cannot test it on the mass scale they need to in order to be able to improve the game. But I also understand the other side of it, which is they got all this money in development. Why can't they do this? So it's like, I feel like we're going to get to a point where your AAA studios are going to have the option to be able to early access in order to create a better product. And you do like everybody else does. We're going to release this product for $20 or $30 or whatever it happens to be. And when it's a full release, it's going to be $50 or $60 or whatever. So you're getting in on the ground floor. You're helping us create it. And you're
taking the risk. So you're getting a deal. Yep. You know, you're not. So it's, I completely understand. And I think that early access helps us also keep the developer accountable too. Like, because if you stop or you slow down, the reviews on Steam will definitely start calling you out. Hey, this game's abandoned. Hey, they haven't been doing anything. Hey, don't worry about this. Hey, this game is not worth it. It's like you can see the shift in reviews when people stop supporting their game. Like, and I think that kind of helps keep the accountability on these early access games too, is because the early adopters will call you on it. They will definitely jump on you and be like, hey, what's going on here? What are we doing? It's been 6 months since you've said anything. So what are we doing here? So I think it also helps in that regard too. So early access has changed so much in the last 10 years. I mean, I remember back in the day when Steam did the whole green light thing, and then that was a whole thing, and they got rid of that and then just did early access. It was very, very interesting how things have changed over the last years.
It used to be where on consoles you didn't even have an option. Like it wasn't even an option, and then Microsoft was the first one to do preview. Anybody remember what the first game was for preview?
Ark, wasn't it?
Ark.
It was Ark.
I think it was Ark.
So they released Ark for part of the console preview stuff, and then later on Sony started adopting and doing the same thing. I think it might have been the same year, actually.
Yeah, I think it was the same year. I think they weren't going to fall behind on that one.
So, yeah, I feel like, you know, early access is definitely kind of the future trend because of the style of game, depending on the style of game, really.
Yeah.
Because you can't run a demo as well for, you know, a big survival game or a multiplayer game. really, but you can do an early access to, which is basically a demo of the game as it's being built. But I like what some of the companies have done too, and they've, for example, with Grounded had an entire feel to it. There was no real plot line to it. There was nothing. And then when they released 1.0, you got the full story. They gradually built the world and the game and how it played and everything else. And then you, as a player, got to go back and replay it and get the full story, which was a great story. It was really well done. But now on Grounded 2, they wanted to give people more. So you get a little bit of the story. And they're building it up a little bit. So I'm interested to see what happens when that one fully releases. But
I think Grounded was an incredible early preview game. They did such a good job evolving that game throughout the time it was in development, and they were good about developing it too. They gave you good updates. They were always communicative. They made sure that people knew what was going on with it. So it was all around good job on Rare. Rare made that one, right?
No, it's Obsidian.
Obsidian
made that one. Yes, they did a great job when they were making that.
I think it's interesting how our opinion on you were talking about our opinion on early access changing, but I think that goes hand in hand with a lot of our opinion on Kickstarter. It used to be well, people are gonna put money into Kickstarters because it means that the developers can then afford to develop it further. Now it's if I put money into Kickstarter, there's a good chance that I never see this thing, and that's money that I'm throwing into the wind. But if I have an early access game, I'm willing to take the risk of, like Chicken said, whatever I think is worth testing it out. Financially, what can I do on that?
That's why I think demos are so important. Most of the games that I like to try, there's a cheap or there's a free demo for you to at least try it out, so you can see if you like how it feels. I've taken a risk on a couple of games. I've taken a couple of risks.
Fast Food Sim is one that we took a risk on because it's an early access, and those devs have been radio silent for months.
Who was
for
that?
Almost 6 months.
Fast Food Sim. The one that they decided they wanted to completely rebuild the game to be a delivery sim instead, which is just not what anybody wants.
Still radio silent 6 months later.
Yeah.
Still, I watch it and their Discord gets so infuriated every now and then. And then you got games we've started playing Misery. I watched it. I learned about it. I was like, all right, it's on sale for $3. It's a 5-player game too. Everybody get it? Let's try it out. I thought it was going to be okay. It's been pretty damn fun. I'll be honest.
But for $3, I mean, if you play it one night for 3-4 hours, you've got your money out of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, it's a 5-player game, and I'll be honest, the dude who made it, it's a solid concept for a game. I love all the parts that he's built into it. So I mean, kudos to him, and it's surprisingly fun. A lot more fun than I thought it was
and then I had, I purchased Second Extinction, which I absolutely love the fucking game. Bought it, and I was like, okay, this is great. Get to play with my friends, dinosaurs, shooting things.
That game was fun.
It was so fun. And then it's like, oh, we're shutting everything down. And by the way, you have to have our servers to be able to operate your game. Have a nice fucking day.
Yeah, I hate that.
Another one of those goddamn games. Those are so infuriating. It's fine, you can't play your game anymore. Give me the ability to still play your game.
To run it on
P2P,
myself.
man.
Yeah, P2P.
Yeah. God. Because that game was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that game was a lot of fun. It was an open world-ish. Actually, it was a zone-based
horde part of it that's at the end.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was good. It was surprisingly good. I liked it. But unfortunately, they killed that one and then gave us no other way to play it. So, yeah. But yeah, early access, Kickstarter, especially with MMOs, you take a huge risk and things like that. And when they brought it to Steam, it just kind of collapsed. So, I mean, everybody kind of saw the writing on the wall.
I feel how long it took, too, between the Kickstarter. Because that's another thing that I think is irritating is oh, yeah, we reached our Kickstarter goal by, a lot. Okay, well, in 10 years, we'll give you something, maybe. Okay? Cool, thanks. What are you doing in all of that time? Did you not have plans in place to actually develop this? Did you not believe in your own Kickstarter, so you didn't actually have the framework even started? I don't know, man. Too risky. Too risky for me.
Reading through some of these comments for it, Steven, who was the guy who was writing it, bragged about not having greedy investors and not having a board to answer to. He frequently said that the game was fully funded. Now, 3 days after processing Steam payment, there's suddenly a board in which he disagrees with and quits.
Fair.
Okay, touche.
Which is what has caused this whole thing to raise a lot of eyebrows and go, you've been saying there's nobody to answer to. You've been the one in charge for the last several years.
So what's the deal here?
What's going on? Which is, like Oak said, there's going to be a lot of lawsuits coming out. There's going to be a lot of trouble around this, and we'll see how Steam handles it, because a ton of people are like, I want my money back. I was expecting an early access game, and now they're shutting the entire thing down like a month later.
Yeah.
Like what is this? So.
Oh, somebody dug up, one of the comments said somebody dug up the registration, and the registered board is just Steven. Yikes. Yikes, y'all. Not to mention the game pledged to refund every Kickstarter if they failed to launch. And guess what they did just a couple of weeks ago? Launched on Steam via early access. Just so they didn't have to refund. Oh, interesting.
Right. Well, that's kind of what he said in his comment, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Warren Act is what he was talking about.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
I will watch that.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes over the months.
Get out my popcorn.
All right. Moving on to the next one.
Yay.
This one has already started and ended, so we have a whole wrap up. We can have a whole wrap up part of it. But Discord, everybody uses Discord these days.
We're on it right now.
Was introducing mandatory age verification for sensitive content and other services in global teen by default update. So basically, they were going to turn everybody's account into a teen by default account. So sensitive content, if you're an adult and you're on some Discords, there's adult content and people being asses and lots of different stuff. But they were going to basically stop you from being able to see any of that. They were going to I can't think of the word for it. Stop you from looking at any of that content, and I'm pretty sure AI systems were gonna go through all content and make sure what's okay and not okay for people to view if you're underage and things like that. It's okay, but oh my goodness, my first thought when I saw that, because I was like, oh hell no, what other chat things can I use? Because I'll go fucking back to using Ventrilo if you guys want to be asses like this. I am not about to upload my ID or my face scan for Discord.
They had just had a data breach, and I want to say it was October or November 1. So they had just had a huge data breach anyway.
And they did claim that everything would be on your actual computer only. But it's like, but what's to stop somebody from sending some shit over the internet to infiltrate my computer directly to Discord to make that, that change or whatever? And it's like, next thing I know, I've, bought a car in China or some shit. There's no telling.
And I'm sorry if I don't trust companies like this anymore.
Yeah.
I do not trust any company with my information. Hell, I don't even trust Steam with my information. I don't save my information. Because Steam is just as fallible as anywhere else. If anybody wants your shit, they're going to get it. The best I could do is leave as little breadcrumbs as possible for them to pick up.
There is a reason. There is a reason, 100%. Identity theft was huge 15, 20 years ago. Because we didn't have the safeguards, not necessarily on the front end, but on the back end. Yeah. So, it used to be, we still have the front end stuff. That's what two-step verification, all that stuff's for. But on the back end of it, we didn't have, if something happened to you, you're fucked. Now it's one of those to where you have some type of system to help you out and get back to where you need to be. There's a reason that exists, and it's because it's been a problem. Absolutely 100% been a problem.
There's no perfect solution. People are going to have their stuff. So I've gotten recently, the last week or so, I've gotten notifications from one of my credit card companies like, hey, your email's been found on the dark web. Hey, your credit report is saying your email's on the dark web. So I go through and I've added backups to my emails, and I've had 3-factor authentication. So it's like, if they get it, because they've got it, they're not going to get into it, or at least keep it. I've got backups ready for when and if they do get in. It's like I'm ready. Like that's kind of your best thing is you got to have a backup for when it does happen.
Yeah.
Because everybody is vulnerable.
Well,
Everybody.
And I'm
Make sure you got a
definitely
plan.
not uploading my whole ass ID, my government ID, to fucking Discord. No, thank you. I will find another. And that was the thing is everybody started pulling accounts and doing account deletion and looking for other services to use instead. And Discord's like, ooh, no, we might have messed up, you guys. They said they're not going to do it, but I mean, I feel like it's not, we're not going to do it. It's we're going to shelve this until you're less angry about it and hopefully have forgotten.
Well, I don't think it's going to be possible.
Or until government overreach hits a little bit and then they require them to do it. Because at some point, and now I'm going to look at this from Discord's point of view. Okay. You've had Facebook, you've had Instagram, you've had X, aka Twitter, as we like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
You've had a bunch of other websites that all are social media websites, including YouTube, that have had to go in front of Congress because of children having issue with the fact like that they're being preyed on.
Yeah.
Discord is huge with that, especially with things like Roblox out there. And so I understand the safety of children. There needs to be a better way.
Yeah.
Figure something out without putting my face on. It's the same it's the same excuse. All 20-something states that have passed a law in order for you to go to an adult site, you have to put your government ID in order to say you're an actual adult. It's the reason that exists.
Surveillance is always about protecting the children.
Mm-hmm.
Children are so smart with technology that shit doesn't actually work. They can find a way around it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, they're protecting the children is such a BS argument in this day and age. And this is coming from somebody who is fine. Like, I believe that getting rid of anonymity on the internet will only help society, cause accountability for people. You want to be a troll? Everybody in your social circle will know what kind of shitty person you are on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I am one for that. But I do not believe there is an agency or company that is safe and secure enough to offer that to the people or to help fix the internet. South Korea already has that kind of system. You have to have, like, I think it's your legal ID number to make an account. So whenever you log into anything on the South Korean internet, you have to log in with your credentials, so they know what you're doing and can hold you accountable for whatever you're doing on the internet.
I believe China has something very similar. You have to have
you have a big brother state mentality.
Yeah, like, and I understand that by being able to hold people accountable, but I do not believe there is a safe way to do that.
I feel like
I'm
that's
stuck in this like middle ground.
We've been too slow to regulate things with the internet and technology because a lot of our legislators just didn't keep up with the times and understand all of the newfangled things. So we're so far behind that we're running to catch up, and we can't make those jumps that we could have, made bridged gaps as we went. 100%. But now we're trying to jump chasms.
I agree with that, but it's also one of those things. How much freedom are you willing to give up in order to have the freedom? Because you're gonna get rid of certain freedoms by doing that. Which props to South Korea. That's their culture. That's their way of protecting their people that are there. It would not. I do not feel it would fly in Western society.
But I'm trying to figure out, like, what freedoms would you give up? Freedom of anonymity? Is that a right given?
I mean...
yeah, I think so. Yeah, sure.
I do not believe in that, because you cannot walk into...
So you think your child should be on the internet?
I mean,
No, but I'm a parent, right? As you've said before, as a parent, you should be the one to dictate what your child has access to.
The government is the one telling you whether or not that child would have to have that information.
Right, and I don't think that... and again... where do we step into that line? Does the government have more right to tell you what your child can and can't do, or is it your job as a parent to dictate? As a parent now,
right? But you're looking at it from a freedom standpoint in the country you're in.
They
don't necessarily have that.
Chicken and I have had conversations about this. We don't always agree on it, but like, there's a reason that we're Griff and Chicken. It's not our real names. I'm not going to put my real name on everything that I do that's on the internet because I don't want anybody trying to find me. Like that, like, y'all know who I am and how to get to me on the internet as far as that goes, but I don't want somebody Googling my real life. And that's just,
but I mean, how is that any different from real life then? Like, if somebody finds you outside, they can follow you home.
Because it's a lot more predatory
Right, but
on the internet.
your whole talking about is the fact that the internet is like because swatting is a thing, first
Yeah.
of all.
Mhm.
You know, which granted,
Which people get caught and get in trouble for it.
right,
Sometimes.
they do. But here's the thing:
Sometimes.
if they don't get caught and they know that person's name and they're able to find that person, because they're able to do it even if the person's got some anonymity, right?
Mhm.
But if you
Doxing
give
people.
them no safeguard to have that anonymity, then that person can easily find that human, and at that particular point, they might never get caught.
So why
And that-
wouldn't the person who did it have anonymity, but the person who didn't not? Because streamers don't have anonymity.
Because when you SWAT, you make a phone call.
Right. Okay. In this day and age, you
So
can
they're
tell
going to go,
where
when I make
most
the phone call,
calls-
hey, there is currently someone with a gun at such and such house, blah, blah, blah. Okay, please give me your internet code.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
know
verify
that you're a
who you
real
are.
person so I can get your real name, Bob
I mean,
Cratchit.
If
You
I mean
know?
that boils down to technology being behind. Because if I make a phone call from my phone, they can tell where the
Yeah,
phone call
but you
came
can
from.
also use services that spoof your number.
And that's exactly what I was just saying. Technology has changed the ability to be able to do that. Like, okay, I mean, if I can change my number, then that's just another problem. Bad people are
I
going to do
really
bad
think that the
things, and
three of
there's
us
no
are
way to
probably
stop
not
that.
solving the world's problems here today.
We're not.
Unfortunately, I think there's a lot of nuanced discussion that we do not have time or information to really expound upon. So
I mean, I agree. Like, the biggest problem in today's world, or one of the biggest problems in today's world, is the anonymity on the internet. Like, people can do horrible things and say horrible things and bully people into suicide and never be held accountable because you can't tell who is who. It's like if people just wore full
I
black
think it's-
outfits,
I
walked
think it's
into
a
a
double-edged
store and did
sword.
horrible.
Yeah.
It is, which
I
is
agree.
why
because
it's such a
it's one of those
problem.
things. At the same time, anonymity is protecting those of us that are trying to stay protected.
hmm
So it
I know.
it is double-edged sword. But I would say the anonymity helps more people than it hurts.
I don't know. I look at the world and I see it worse than better.
You and I have different views of the world.
We
that's
definitely
okay.
do. Yeah, we definitely do, because I do not see as much good in the world as bad. I think there's more bad on the internet.
But that's a
than there is
pessimistic
good.
viewpoint where I have a positive viewpoint.
Griff, am I an
Yes.
optimist or a pessimist?
Realist more usually than one extreme or the other, but
Exactly. I mean, and I try to surround myself with positive life, like, because
Right.
if you surround yourself, you're gonna have it with good. You're gonna have a better mentality for it. But it's hard to look in every direction as real as possible and only pick out the good. Like, I see lots of good, but I also see so much.
No, I see the bad, but the thing is I choose to focus on the good. There's the difference. Because
I can't, like, I look at both and I have to, like, see what the balance is like how much good and how much bad, which one is more than the other. I may focus on the good, but that doesn't mean there is no bad.
No, I didn't say there wasn't any bad in the world at all. I'm just saying I choose to focus on the good because that's the way I make my through day in life. Because I used to look at the negative side of that. Like, I'd see both sides of it and weigh to the other. It was not a good mental health thing for me. So I chose
That is
differently.
true. That is true. Certain people need to focus on different things in different ways to help stabilize themselves. Better term to put it. So.
That's right.
But yes, have a positive outlook. It makes life better.
Yeah, and Discord, please don't do this shit.
yeah, don't.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially announcing it
this-
like a couple of
'cause
months after another breach.
Yeah,
Yeah, Discord is not the one changing the
does
world.
Guild
okay?
have video available?
Guild?
Yeah, they used to be one of the websites that was one of their competitors.
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't.
I can't remember what the name of one of their competitors was. Everybody started flocking over to that, and they got their entire system crashed because they weren't expecting so many people.
Yeah, guild.com, right? No, that's not it. I don't know. There was another site that it was Guild is what I thought it was, but maybe not. Because I had it at one time. But
But
a
yeah,
competitor will
Discord is
show
not the
up.
one. Discord is not the one changing the world. Okay, things need to change in this world, but Discord ain't the one leading the charge.
No.
Okay.
No, but they are the ones that, because they're a business, they make lots of money, that people are going to go after. And that's
yeah.
and I understand they're looking at it to save their business and save that idea and everything else. They're just going about it the wrong way. There's another way to do this, and they're trying to go I would call it the easy path.
Yeah, I was about to say the simplest way.
Yeah, the easy path, and they're instead of looking at it from another point of view and bringing a bunch of people in and goes, what if we do it this way instead? Whatever that might be.
Yeah.
So, but that's going to take us 3 months to figure out the programming for that. How much money that's going to cost us? That's the mentality. You know how much money we make in that 3 months?
Yeah, I'm not in the position to save the world, so I don't fucking care about your money. Fix the problem.
Well, where do you want to jump to? We have like 2 more things, so which one?
Let's see. There's a fun one and a not as fun one.
I guess the fun one's the Diablo Warlock one.
Yeah, I mean that's a fun one. The other one is not as fun. Are we lagging or are you?
I think it's fun to talk about.
I think Oak is a little robot for me, but he's still there.
Yeah, I know that's fine, but is it us that are we lagging?
I don't know.
behind?
You're fine for me.
Yeah, no, we're on the same internet. Okay, that must be.
It's just
someone's downloading. Yeah, someone's downloading all his stuff. All right. Diablo 2, they announced their first expansion in 20 plus years. It's $25. Yeah, which is definitely crazy.
It's because it was an anniversary, though, right? 25 years, so...
Yeah. 25 years. 25 years anniversary.
25 years, and it costs $25.
It's good. I'm glad that it's getting content.
In England, £22.
I feel like it was a little light for being a $25 expansion, because you got the class, you got a lot of quality life stuff, and that's about it. Which again to me was let's see, that's the fishing mechanic, charm set, hyper. Okay, that's all Diablo 4 stuff. Enhanced terror zones, new quality of life features, stash tabs, a loot tracking database called the Chronicle, and a new class. So it's like a lot of quality of life stuff and a new class, which to me feels more like a $25 patch than a $25 expansion.
I feel like an expansion would come with like more content, not just a character, you know?
Not a bunch of quality of life stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my whole thing about it, is it felt very, very thin. And the Warlock is completely and utterly busted OP. Like OP with a capital OP. It does everything the other classes does, but better. In every way. It's crazy. But, I mean, it's mostly single-player game, so it doesn't really matter. Balance doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I don't know. It does. I'm with you. It feels thin for $25, you know, and the first new content to the game in 25 years. It's like,
yeah,
that's it though. It's just a new. I'm gonna play the same game over again with just a new character. Okay.
They did the enhanced terror zone, which is like end game content where like terror zones are acts and zones that become terrorized. Which add a ton of hardcore monsters to it, like lots of difficult monsters. And apparently, if you fight if you clear out an entire act fast enough, a herald will spawn. And heralds come in levels. Now, heralds will chase you through the act and will chase you down. They are very powerful. And if you happen to beat it, a level 2 will spawn on you and chase you down. So, and it just keeps going up. I think the highest I've heard beat was like a level 3, maybe level 4. There's probably ones out there harder, but apparently level 4 and up, they just come to completely teach you are nowhere near the top dog in this game. So that's wild stuff. But that's kind of what they did, and like I said, it just feels kind of thin for it. But and when you upgrade to the Reign of Warlock expansion, you can no longer play the old school style, because the engine that they built Warlock on is not compatible with the original game.
Which kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Because wasn't
like,
that part of the charm is that you could swap back and forth?
Yeah, I love doing it. Like, I'll play every so often while I'm running around. I'll like, oh wow, these monsters look so good, and I'll swap back to the old version and be like, man,
Just put the original version on Switch, and
And then
then the other one, and they do the Warlock one on that one. You're good to go.
yeah, no kidding. But yeah,
I feel like they need to give you the option. If I'm downloading, like I own both, right? I own the expansion, I own everything else. Have the little pop-up screen where normally it'll be like, do you want to run DX11 or DX12 or whatever it'll have on there. Also have a thing that says, do you want to install the Warlock version?
Well, the good thing about that is that they actually offer that whenever you make a character. Is you could choose where you want to make that character. Diablo 2 Original, Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, or Diablo 2 Reign of the Warlock. So you get to pick where you play your character.
So there's an option there. So it's not it breaks the game. Okay.
No. You still get
full
access
if you want to run a
it.
Warlock, too bad you can't go back to the original game.
You can't play the Warlock on the original version.
That's not quite
when
as
you
bad.
play that. No, which I'm glad that they were at least able to do that. But if I'm not mistaken, it's like
Don't you people have phones?
No kidding. Like I think it's the online part. Is like once you upgrade the online part to Reign of the Warlock, you have to play the online on the Reign of the Warlock because it's a separate game. So when you play offline, you can pick which one you want to play. But when you're playing online and you play the Warlock, you have to play the Reign of the Warlock because you're online. And if other people are playing Warlock and jump into your game, it's completely incompatible. You can't play Warlock on the old school graphics. So, I mean, I understand that part. But at least they still have the option to go and play the original version. So at least there's that. But yeah, super neat stuff. And they're sending out surveys again to see what more people want. I've been hearing some serious hatred because one of the suggestions was like, would you guys like Paragon stuff from like Diablo 3? And everyone's like, go fuck yourself. Don't bring that Paragon garbage to Diablo 2. Do not touch anything in Diablo 2 that changes the life of this game. There's a reason why after 25 years, this game is still considered one of the best action RPGs ever created. Okay.
I think it'd be cool if they could they allowed for mods for reskins, and they put it, this is an official mod that Bob Smith made, blah blah blah. You can pay for it or not, but it's one of those where money goes to Bob. You know what I mean? And it's like a reskin of some sort from a fan.
I mean, there are several mods out there. Some people have done some absolutely crazy stuff.
I think suggesting paid mods is always a dangerous territory. A lot of people do not like that.
But I mean, my thing is you got to continue to run the game in some way because there's servers aren't cheap eventually. I mean, I guess there's not a whole lot of people playing 2. Is there? I mean, a good amount. Don't get me wrong, but as compared to a newer game, check 4 and check 2 and see what you got.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at 2 on, if I'm not mistaken, 2 on Steam because they released it on Steam. Had crazy high numbers for it's 15,000 and it's averaging 12,000 players on Steam.
Okay.
I wonder what is Diablo 4 on Steam too?
Yeah, it should be.
Yes, it is. Okay. Diablo 4 is averaging 6,000 to 8,000. So more people are playing Diablo 2
just got
on
an expansion
Steam.
too. Does it separate out Warlock or anything?
To be fair, the Warlock also went to Diablo 4 and Diablo Immortal 2.
Well, and people don't like 4 as much as the other. Go to 3, just out of curiosity, even though there's not.
Diablo 3 is not on Steam.
Really? Okay. I guess.
So gotta have your Activision Blizzard launcher for that.
Yeah, and Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred, the expansion for Diablo 4 is pretty rough. It's at 33% reviews. Oof. So yeah, it looks like Diablo 2 is a bit more popular than Diablo 4, at least on Steam. I can't say anything for the Blizzard numbers, but if that indicates anything, the numbers are probably far closer than Blizzard wants, which is probably why they're looking to put more support into it, because if that old game is doing this well, they're like, well, we'll start putting stuff on this, and maybe people will buy DLCs and whatnot.
Well, 4 was kind of simplified too, right? Comparatively. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think that's part of it too. You've
3
got people
and 4 like both pared down from the previous one.
Now I liked 3 a lot. That's the only one I've played,
3 was
and I liked
okay.
3 a lot.
You can play 2 with a controller too. Like it changes the entire gameplay. If you're fine with top-down style games, 2 will do it for you. It's just that 2 definitely comes off as a classic hardcore style action RPG. Mistakes are not forgiven very easily.
That
Your
game gonna
skill
punish
trees
that
are
ass.
rough. Yeah, skill trees are rough and very permanent. You only have 1 respec per difficulty. So if you fuck up your talent tree, the old rule was start a new character, good luck. That was it. So you better plan out beforehand. And this, like, they added that too. Before, like, way back in the day when Diablo 2 first came out, there was no respecs. It was you're in it for the long haul or make a new character. Fuck, I put a point in the wrong place.
Yep, sucks to be you. Hope you can figure out how to use it.
Pretty much. I mean,
Like, God damn it.
yeah. But they do have a way to respec now, like end game style. You get some keys, some gems, and you can respec infinitely, however you want. But it's an end game privilege that I put. So at least there's that. And I think that's kind of what people have been like desperate for, is like an old school game that feels new. And Diablo 2 kind of has that balance where it's an old school game and it feels new and it plays old. Like, it's got like everything. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug too. It is, people. Nostalgia is a real factor when it comes into things like that. So it is super neat. I want another act, and one of the big debates was a charm stash. Charms in Diablo 2 are little 1 to 3 slot items that give you free bonuses for sitting in your inventory. Some people are like, they take up too much space. I want a separate inventory for my charms so that I can put them in there and I can have a freed up inventory. And everyone's like, no. Trading space for power is part of the choice of Diablo 2. You have to give it up if you want power. Diablo 2 is about trade-offs. You don't just get everything. That's too modern of an ideology. Trade-offs in power is what you need, is what makes Diablo 2. So that's a debate inside of the community. Most people are pretty much against it, but there is definitely a group that are like, I want more power.
It's got to be I would think a younger gamer generation.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
Because I feel like the older generations, like, no, that's the whole point. That way, you know, there's a trade-off somewhere to make the balance happen.
Absolutely. Like, I understand the rune stacking, because in original, you don't rune stack. Like, runes are these little things that you can make stuff out of, and you couldn't stack those. Gems did not stack. Runes did not stack. Potions did not stack. Nothing stacked. Every bit of it was all a single slot item. But they added entire inventories in your stash to stack those. But they take up a whole page now. Like, so at least you get your own where you can put your stuff in there, and it all stacks up to 99. So you got them out of the way. Simple quality of life stuff that I'm not going to argue with. Whatever. It doesn't really impact the power of the character.
But I feel like the part of the reason it didn't stack to start was because of the limitations when the game was created.
Absolutely.
Versus modern, right?
Yeah, which is probably why that kind of stuff is restricted to the more modern version of the engine and Reign of Warlock, like the stashes. So, like, I get that. Fine. Again, it doesn't impact the gameplay. Most people had mules anyway, which is fine. Like, they'd have their main character and then like 9 mules where they would like trade off all of their stuff and just have their other characters hold on to it forever. But now you just have one single character to hold on to your stuff. So I get it. It's quality of life stuff. It's non-game impacting things, not power creep or things like that. It's just collection style. So cool. They're not touching the heart of what Diablo 2 is. They're just kind of easing the collection side of it, so you can collect more loot, because that's what Diablo's about. More loot.
Yeah.
More collections. More power. So.
So we want to go to the last one.
Yeah.
The last one.
Yeah.
Phil Spencer the man that's been at the head of Xbox for a hot minute now, announced his retirement. And
he needed to hold on for 2 more years to make that nice clean 40.
I know it, right? He was close.
I don't think
Something tells me that it wasn't.
him.
Yeah, I was gonna say something tells me it wasn't entirely his choice.
Right. Based on some of the stuff that the new CEO has said, Asha Sharma, who comes over from their core AI, is now the head of Microsoft Gaming. The interesting part about it, she has said in 2 different interviews, basically the same thing. She should double down on it, that they don't want AI slop in any of their games, and they had not planned on doing it. It was going to be all about the game developers themselves. We'll see, because you came over from core AI, and at least with Phil, we knew he was a gamer, hardcore gamer. So I'm interested to see how that pans out. But one of the comments that was made, I don't know if it's in this article or not, but one of the comments that was made with her, and I think Booty was with her, they made this comment that this team has built us back up before and we can do it again, which indicates to me that they let Phil go and forced him to retire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that they give me. I'm hoping they just give me Fable, and then they can go off and do whatever they want. Just give me.
I think that there was probably discussions and disagreements with all of the acquisitions that kept happening and studio closures following acquisitions. I think Phil probably was like, this is some bullshit, and y'all know it. And Microsoft's like, but we love that cash. And that's probably where a lot of the headbutting comes in. And I feel like if you're smart right now, you know what people want to hear is, of course we're not going to do AI. That's crazy talk. We would never do that to your fun video games. And in the back, they're like, all right, look, how can we optimize this? Because we love that money. And I feel like that's the direction we're going to see, where they're like, yeah, we're definitely not going to do any of that. And then 2 years from now, we'll see like the first fully integrated AI stuff that they want to push into games and be like, well, you have to have it. Sorry. I feel like they're going to try to do the Connect thing again, but they're going to try to be stealthier or smarter about it this time. I don't think it's going to work out for them.
I would say good luck trying to pull a fast one over on the gaming community. Is those people are rabid.
Well, and the other thing about it is too, for the last 2 generations, you have lost unbelievably to Sony. So if you're going to go back, because it sounds as though they are definitely backing the shit out of their next console, so that is still going to be a thing. And it probably didn't help that the sales of the handheld didn't do too well. But I mean, that's what happens when you release $1,000 handheld item.
Yeah. What did you expect to happen?
And it probably doesn't help in that respect. But I'm guessing that they're going to push into it, but they've got to look and see what Sony is doing for PS6. Which I don't know if Sony has any plans to release a PS6 anytime soon, because
not yet.
And so
it's too expensive. I think making new consoles right now is going to hurt.
Yeah, that's what my thought is. Not yet, because the market needs to settle out a little bit before you can even, because right now hardware is expensive and it's getting worse. And
well, but and that's where, you're a software company. Sony's a hardware and software company. So Sony has a little bit more capability. They could literally switch some of their stuff around a little bit and make a RAM company to where it only supplies to the PlayStation if they wanted to.
I mean, they could, and they'd probably be super successful in that.
Where Microsoft doesn't really have that option because they're part of the RAM issue, really, because they're the data centers.
And the AI stuff,
Yeah. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes forward and what direction they're going to go. We'll know more in June. When she takes the stage, I assume. I feel like so Microsoft once upon a time, just like Sony used to do. I don't think they even have their Tokyo show anymore, but it used to be to where Microsoft had their own show. I would do that if I were them, and I would do it when PAX West was happening. Similar to what Nintendo did just before the Switch 2 was released, to where they were in, just had like some type of showcase that was there.
I mean, I could just roll it into BlizzCon now.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Because they own them. I feel like the Activision Blizzard purchase was definitely a stumbling block. That was really expensive, and I don't think it paid out for them the way that they had hoped it would.
I think there was a lot of things that when they went into the purchasing process, they did not realize was going on at Activision and how bad it was being ran. Because of how successful it was. And then they released the latest Call of Duty and it tanked.
Yeah.
People are tired of it. It is not that hard to see.
People are tired of a lot of stuff because, I mean, a lot of the ones propping them up right now are franchises that have been around for a long time. And even World of Warcraft, their new expansion came out this week, midnight, something or another. And you want to know what the big draw for that game is? It's not playing the game. It's building player houses, and you can play The Sims in it now. That's the big draw that they put out. And it's like, that's how you know your game is waning, is because it's not the actual content as far as gameplay goes. It's your players are busy in Sims.
Do you think they're actually working on a 2?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes, because
do I
the
think
next,
it's going to be successful? Probably not.
Yes, I do think it will be. The last expansion for this trilogy that they're doing, because it was the War Within, Midnight, and the Last Titan, which is Azeroth, the planet itself, which leads me to believe that at some point the planet is going to be destroyed when the Last Titan wakes up. Now, this is also why they are making these player houses so that they can transfer them over into the new game, the new engine. I can almost bet that they were simultaneously developing these things into their next engine so that when time comes and it's time to transfer, it'll be easy for everybody who's already playing to keep their stuff, because sunk cost fallacy, you can't risk losing your hundreds of thousands of hours that these people have put in. But Microsoft knows that at this point your player base is getting old.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's getting old. And
they're
you
making
will
the game
eventually
easier to
yourself.
cater to that too. Like, I don't know if you've seen that, but they're slimming down the play style.
No. Yes and no. They've gotten rid of the mod. They've gotten rid of a lot of the like DBM and mods like that that you are not allowed to use, so that they can make it so that raid encounters are more mechanically important. That's why they're taking the amount of abilities down so that you can focus more on the encounter itself. It's like, to me, it almost feels like they want to go a little more Dark Souls style, where there's mechanics into the fight that you have to be.
Well, they did that, but they did a thing where it condensed a lot of macros that people were using into one ability too. Mm-hmm. So now, instead of setting up macros and having different abilities at your disposal, it's, hey, why don't you push this one button, and then we'll light up button number 2 so that you know it's time to push that button that does the next thing for you. And then
it's so that they can put it on consoles.
Okay. I have some thoughts on some of the player base too.
It's also why they are putting they are making it so that some characters are one button pushers. Basically, you just hit one button.
Why
and
even play
it does the whole
game?
Thing.
I don't understand that. That's me though. That if you want to play a whole game where all you do is push one button when it lights up for you, you go right ahead. But that seems like not playing it at that point.
Well, but I also understand there's the two things that I understand on it. One, gamers now grew up with different style games than we did, so you do have to make that adjustment. So I do agree with the fact that the old school versus new school thing. The other thing is I also agree with the fact that the second, if it comes out, that it is going to be a console game as well.
I'm sure it will, because Microsoft owns them now and they'll want it to be on Xbox.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, but that was the thing, is Phil was like, be able to play anywhere, right? And she has stated the fact that they're trying to build the Xbox itself back up. So exclusivity back to Xbox versus playing with Sony still.
I think if you want exclusivity, you keep it PC and Xbox. and
I agree with
exclude the PS platform. But the downside is you've had such a market shift to PlayStation that you're really shooting yourself in the foot to do that.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to get out of the pickle that's been created if that's what they're trying to do. I don't think you can. There's no way to put the shit back in the jar. I don't know what you're going to end up doing. But now rumor has it too, PlayStation, Sony has made the statement that they are supposedly looking at their single player games and not wanting them on other platforms.
I mean, they're kind of already there though, because
but they've been releasing stuff on PC. They don't want to do that anymore.
I mean, that's just going to hurt them bad.
Yeah, I do think that'll hurt them, but they've also been doing that in a way that it's going to be a year or more out already, because that's where we're at. Like, Death Stranding 2 hasn't come to PC yet. It is, I think, eventually going to, but they are already doing that a little bit. I just don't see why you would cut it completely. But they also don't put everything like that. They did that Uncharted collection, and it's like, here's Uncharted, I think it was like 4, and then the Lost whatever it is. Yeah, Lost whatever. But they wouldn't give you any of the other games, and it's like, well,
yeah, why would you not give me
that?
Especially since evidently that series is completely done now. Like, because Naughty Dog says they're never doing anything with it again. Sony might hire one of their companies to do it, but we've seen no life out of it.
Yeah, I'll have opinions about Neil Druckmann, and I don't think that he's going to take his company back to Uncharted for several reasons, but...
Well, he said he wasn't.
Yeah.
So.
I don't foresee that. I do foresee them trying to do more in the Last of Us world, which I don't have a problem with that.
I don't think so. I think he's done.
Well, they wanted to do that multiplayer thing that they eventually canceled because they couldn't get it to work like they want it to, but I think that he wants to live in that world some more.
Well, he's got his. They're working on that. They're working on that 80s sci-fi style.
Yeah, I was about to say. I give him enough. I give him enough credit right now to know that he likes to make a world and then end it and move on, which I like. That's fine. You don't have to get stuck making the same Call of Duty for 30 years.
I mean, yes and no, because then they're also very guilty of having pushed out their own games in multiple formats. Or it's like, I don't know how many copies of The Last of Us there is, but it's several. It's like, here's this. Okay, now buy it for this next console. Okay, you bought it for the next console. Well, here's the remaster for that console.
Okay, I'm calling this shit now. You ready? The 80s sci-fi game that they're currently working on is going to be released on the PS5 at the last year of its cycle. And then a remastered version of that same game is going to come out with a PS6.
No, they'll release it like right when it's launching, so they can do the thing where they're like, buy it now, and then we'll release it again for the console for the PS6 in 6 months, and then in a year we're going to release the remaster. You got to give it time, so they've already made it like they triple dip it, and then they can start moving on.
But yeah, I mean, he seems like he makes himself a game series, he ends it, he's satisfied, moves on.
I don't know. I mean, he did do in The Last of Us. He did do that a lot, but
he did 4 games of Uncharted plus the 5th game that was the Lost whatever.
He was not at the helm for all 4 Uncharted games. It was Amy Hennig, remember? But
it's still his company. It's still Naughty Dog.
It's still his company, yeah, but he likes to be in charge. Which I think is also part of the ending of it is it was not his property originally, so he didn't get to bring it up and then get out of my way. I'm doing something else. This is mine.
Right.
But just my thought on it. But yeah, I don't with the Xbox news, I don't know, man. You're right. They did put themselves in a corner by making it play everywhere, and you want to try to go back to exclusives. How much is the AI stuff going to come in? Because I do not see you bringing over the leadership from the core AI department to not do AI.
And it's a strong possibility. I don't know what she did before she was in charge of core AI. So it is a possibility that they stuck her there because of her leadership skills and not necessarily the fact that she's an AI guru by any means. Because she was in sales. I know that. She was a salesperson in marketing for somebody because I remember reading that somewhere. So it is a possibility they did it to help with the marketing side of it and not necessarily the AI side of it. Based on what she's saying, maybe. But I still have a hard time because they had a person that was supposed to be the next in line for Phil, and she resigned right after he retired.
Yeah, that says something to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, real suspicious.
Yeah. I just
So and then the comment that they made about the fact that it was this team can build it back up because they've done it before indicates to me it was going a different direction they thought it needed to go. But
yeah. I just
yeah.
I don't know. I think Game Pass, the Game Pass setup and everything being day one hurt their sales, and then playing everywhere hurt their sales, and nobody's buying the console. Sony went out in the console market for it. It just, good luck to you.
Well, I mean, Game Pass itself is making them money. It took them 3 years to get to the point that it was making them money. But it is making
money, but it's cutting down on sales too, though. Like, if I can play it on day one on Game Pass, why would I buy the game?
But I think that's Microsoft's future, and I think that's why when they release WoW 2, is that their entire model is based off of subscriptions, whether it be to Game Pass or Blizzard. Like, that's where they want their money to come from. They don't care if you can play it as much. Like, WoW is a full access; you can play it all the time. You just have to pay a monthly sub. Same thing with their Game Pass. You can play whatever you want. You have full access to it all the time, as long as you're paying your subscription. Subscriptions are what they want. They want. That's why WoW is important to them, because WoW has the most consistent subscription model ever.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, ever.
It's the Planet Fitness model.
I mean,
so
yeah.
Basically, you pay a monthly fee that you feel is okay with paying that monthly fee, and you might show up to the gym that day, or you might show up that month, or you might show up in 6 months. But you have that fee, so you can do it anytime you want to. And the amount of people that pay into the service that don't actually play the games.
I know at least one person that I'm I can't say with 100% certainty, but I'm going to go at least 90% certain that since beginning the game, way back in the day at the very start of it, their account has not gone down once.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's one of those things where they're also one of those people that's firmly in the camp of, I don't want there to be a sequel because I have so much stuff here. I don't want you to take that away from me.
Well, as long as they don't go Overwatch area and then just go, right on top of it.
Which is now Overwatch has dropped the 2, by the way. It's just Overwatch again. I guess they feel like,
Yes, we all knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, it was like, oh, God.
All knew it was the dumbest thing. Like, if you still had Overwatch and had Overwatch 2, not a big deal. But you said, and right on top of it, and went, oh, yeah, this is Overwatch 2. No,
now we're back to just Overwatch.
I mean, Destiny dropped the 2.
Did it? I mean, I don't.
Years ago,
enough, but
like 3 years ago.
That makes sense. Like, if you have completely kaput the first one, then there's no reason that you need a number on the one that's available. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
What else?
Yep. Yeah. So.
I need 1 second. Y'all keep going. Ow.
Okay. You okay?
I'm fine.
Die. You got enough bruises. Let's not add to it, okay?
But yeah, that's kind of. It's March now. But yeah, that's what I feel like Microsoft is going to do. They're going to refocus on a subscription model, and something tells me that they will like up their $30 Game Pass charge to like $35 and include WoW, or make a WoW package.
I'm listening to everything you're saying, but I can't stop staring at this damn chicken on the back of her.
Yeah, you like her little chicken thing.
This needs to be the picture. This needs to be the picture for our thumbnail. It's just that chicken's in there. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's great.
I got sidetracked. My ADHD is like.
But yeah, I think they'll just they'll add WoW to their Game Pass subscription, and then just kind of like throw in Call of Duty and like different sections of their subscription so that they can get more. They build off of that, and that's what will supply them. So
right.
They just got to make it desirable enough.
It makes sense if they did that. And it also makes sense because they just raised the prices for everything for the service. They've got to offer more. The only problem that they're going to run into, I think they made a mistake because now they got 3 tiers, is that second tier has to wait like nearly a year for the day ones.
Yeah.
And I get it's to generate sales, but it's like, that was kind of the whole point. And I've got to think about how my PlayStation one works. I want to say PlayStation does a really good job if you get their higher end one, and theirs is a yearly fee. By the way, you can do monthly, but you get a discount like you do yearly. Like think old school Xbox Live, right? So I want to say it's like $150 a year. So really not that much money compared to it was like $13, $12.
Yeah, that's not too bad. That's 120, 100. Yeah, that's really not too bad. A little over $10 a month.
Yeah. So, so you figure you're paying that amount of money. You get a classics library that has their PS1, their PS2, their PS3, their PS4, which 4 and 5 are together anyway. And it's like you got all the God of War games. You can play them. The only way you play them is through the cloud. So you can't download those games. So 1, 2, and 3 are all downloaded. And it's because I don't think the system can run it. So they have to run them on servers to send them to you. But they run really well. There's no issue there. There's some of the games, some of the newer games are available, but there's a waiting period. It's like a year before they're available on the PlayStation version. So it's a possibility they eliminate the Ultimate and go from there.
Yeah, because I think the waiting a year is just it's not worth it, like at all. Like I don't see the point of it. Yeah.
Right.
Were you making fun of my chicken thing, by the way?
I was not making fun of the chicken. It was my ADHD caught it, and he was talking to me, and I couldn't stop looking at it. So
it was looking at him. It was looking at him.
It was staring at me. It was staring at me. I said that's what we need to have for our thumbnails, just the picture of that with the two of us laughing at it. All right. We want to talk about what we've been playing?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Let me open up my Steam right here so that I can remember what I've been playing.
Stuff and things.
The good thing is I haven't played a lot just because of not feeling great. Recently, I started playing Eugenics.
Eugenics. Make sure you say it properly so everybody knows what you said.
Eugenics. Eugenics.
I'm just saying.
I don't know what you thought I said, but that's what I thought I said. Okay, Eugenics.
That game is on my wish list. Holy shit. I haven't watched a lot of it. I watched enough for it to be on my list.
Let me tell you. So I watched Co Carnage play a ton of it, and when I was in Disney, and I was like, I'm gonna spend the $9 and go ahead and buy this sucker. Or it was more than that, but
it's $23.
I told my wife it was $9. The time. Yeah, it was 20 some bucks. But I started playing it. I will tell everybody now, you have kids, there is an option in the settings that you need to turn on if your child is going to be watching, because they got to make new cats, and you know how cats are made.
Yeah,
it will show the cats being made, but if you turn that setting on and make it safe, what happens is they basically just take the two cats, lift them in the air, they pound each other like this, like they hit each other in the bellies, and another kitten will drop from the sky and land down.
That's the stork delivery.
Which is funny as hell, by the way. It's really well done. But it's one of those where I was like, the first time I went, I was like, oh, and my youngest was there.
And you're like, oh no, look away.
She goes, I know how they're made. You're fine. I was like, okay, thanks. I'm uncomfortable, but okay. So I changed that setting.
It's like I wasn't appalled for you. I was appalled for me and having to watch this.
But it's really well done in the fact that there is the concept is this: you're creating a cat army. You have 4 cats that you get to pick for your adventure. So you go through your little adventure. At the very beginning, they're going to give you 3 cats to choose from. You get to choose 2 of them. They recommend 1 male, 1 female. Of course, you can make more cats. Right? But here's what I found out. I thought it was like Pokemon, where there's always going to be the same 3. If Chicken plays a game, Bob down the street plays a game, whatever, it's the same 3 cats.
But it's not.
And you just choose which one you want. It is not. So you get different cats. You choose based on their elements, your play style, how you want to play them. You go in. You can make more cats. There are cats that'll show up overnight on the outside. You can bring them into the house. But you go on your adventure and you fight the bad guys. And then after one adventure, those cats are retired. So it might be 6 fights, we'll say, or 5 fights. They come back and they're retired. So now you're having to make cats, or grab cats, and
Retire
then
cats.
You can't use those cats again?
Nope. Once they are used, they are used. So, but basically what happens, and it's random on which cats mate. So,
So
to
you
create
can't,
more
like-
kittens, so you can be
Kind
like,
of. It's kind of. You can put them in the attic.
that is true. You can do that. Yes. So,
You force mate them.
yeah.
Or
Well,
try
that's
to.
if they decide to.
Yeah, you could try to.
You could try to. They're cats. They're going to do what they want.
Mm.
There are, but then there's eventually you end up with different types of play. So you can have one that's like a cleric, one that's a ranger, one that's a tank, one that's a warrior, things like that. That'll come up.
Fighter.
And
Fighter and barbarian are the two melee classes.
yep.
It's
And then
very D&D style, Griff.
so you
Gotcha.
play through, and as you play through, you'll eventually unlock other areas that you can take your cats. What I screwed up on is because there's an option later on that people are like, "Hey, can I get a cat?" Basically, and they'll give you stuff in return. I got rid of one of the cats I didn't want to get rid of accidentally because I wasn't paying attention. I grabbed the wrong cat because they're all down here in the bottom before you build your attic, and I'm sitting there going, "Okay," and I grabbed one and dropped it. They were the same color. So I dropped the wrong cat. So I was a little mad about that, but that's okay.
Oops.
I've done well since then, so it's not that big of a deal, but it was still one of those like, wow, okay. So they do share traits from the parents to over. So you want to try to keep that up. As you go through and play the game and unlock more, the longer those cats are on the adventure, the more you can build up those cats so you can build stronger cats for the next adventure, is basically how it's set up. And the humor is fantastic. The art style is great, of course. Same person that did Super Meat Boy and Binding of Isaac. So it's really, really good so far. Really enjoyed it. It's kind of one of those, to me, it's chill, even though you got the fights and all that stuff. But it's one of those where I can pause the game, go walk away, come back, continue to play. Not a big deal. Supposedly, to beat the game normally, not to get to the credits roll, but like continue to play the game's about 130 hours is what it took the creator to get to. To get 100% on it. It took one of the developers 500 hours to get through. So there's a lot of content to kind of go through and play. But it's fun and adventurous. The other thing I've been playing is Ark with my friends. We went back to playing Ark.
That
Old
game
man had
just
never
comes
played.
back around.
Well, and we're playing Ark Ascended because it's on.
Yeah, it was on sale for like $10.
Well, no,
Or
it's on
$5.
it's on Xbox Game Pass.
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
So we were playing Ark Ascended because I had the regular Ark one downloaded, which was like 200 gig because I had everything, right? And they're like, "Oh no, we're playing Ark Ascended," and I'm like, "Okay."
Like, I hate you.
So I click on it, and I downloaded it at some point, just updated it, and I was like, "Okay, cool." So we've been playing on it. Graphics wise, not bad, but some of the issues you run into with the glitches, it reminds me of the old game, and I'm like,
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet it plays just like the old one too.
no rubber bands yet, so that was good.
Okay.
But there are issues every once in a while that somebody has to drop and come back in because you try to pick something up and you can't. All that type of stuff, old school. But they
Typical.
did streamline the building a little bit, which is nice. We're currently on Herbivore Island, so hanging out there.
Baby Island.
Baby Island.
Welcome to the start of the game. Here's a place you probably won't die immediately.
Yes. We just build real tall areas and fly off of it and go around, which I ended up with a T-Rex, and I'd forgotten how quick you level up is so much faster and way OP. Because I asked old man 4 times, because he's the one running our little server, did you change anything? Because this is ridiculous. And he goes, no, because I started off as a 1, And by the end of an evening, which was about 3.5 hours, I was a 50 something.
Good Lord. I'm going to guess by default they've bumped it up because they assume people playing aren't playing for the first time necessarily. They're experienced players, so they have it set default as super fast.
Maybe so.
I mean, I wouldn't do that, but...
Or the scale has changed a lot to where it's like the curve is very thin until you get way later on, and it takes like 10 times as much
maybe that's
to
the
get
case.
the higher levels.
Maybe I think I'm a 92 now or something like that. And my T-Rex
400 and something levels.
I'm not sure how many levels there are now.
Yeah, I think there's like 480 levels or something like that.
Because we had we picked up a T-Rex at level 19, and within 2 hours he was a level 90 something.
Good
yeah,
Lord.
I think animals can go 100 levels up from their base level. Did you get 100 levels?
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, he tanks everything. I just walk through and just eat everything.
Yeah, that's T-Rexes for you. They just
doom
everything.
Well, we were looking for a Giga, and Nopez is like, "Do you think you could take him?" And I'm looking at my hit points, and I was like, "Yeah, I think I could take a Giga. Like, I as long as he doesn't hit me, I mean, right?
Yeah, as long as he doesn't hit you,
and as long as he's not an alpha, I should be okay." I two chomped a raptor, an alpha raptor.
Oh,
yep.
Damn. Okay.
So, and this was weird. You know, normally you grab an alpha, and the stuff goes into his inventory for the alpha, like the body parts and the sometimes they'll drop weapons and all that stuff. It was going into old man's because he's the host.
Huh. That's kind of weird. It's a weird setup.
That is weird.
Old man's like, why do I have this? But I don't like not having a dedicated server because you're tethered to that person.
I hate that.
That's why we do not do the hosting thing. That is terrible. I hate being tethered only so far from your host.
I'm like, why? Why is this
you
a
can't
thing?
divide
I mean,
and
I get
conquer.
it. But...
That is why we run that motherfucker off of the laptop. Like, I will load up the laptop, go about and do whatever you want.
Well, to be fair, we've started playing too much other stuff to have time for Arc lately. So, we've been trying out demos and a bunch of other stuff and like new stuff. We tried out a demo for a game called Dig Dig Die, and
Dig Dig Die.
That one was interesting because it's got similar like ideology to Repo and Lethal Company. You've got to go out and find valuables and stuff like that, but it has on top of that, like, the valuables that you pick up have almost like stat points and stuff. So like you can pick up an item that gives you more inventory space to pick up other items, or you can pick up an item that makes you faster or stronger or things like that. So like you can start to have people make builds for items, but you can only carry, I think it was 2 usable things at a time.
It's 2 usable
shovel,
items,
it's
3
in a graveyard.
equipment items.
You're in a graveyard, so you'll be digging up, graves essentially.
You're a grave digger, okay?
Yeah.
On a ghost, you work off of a ghost ship.
Yeah.
The ghost ship drops you down, like Repo, except like, and then you got your little dinghy that you load up equipment on.
Yeah. And like I was carrying a shovel and a little potion thing that let me see, it would put like an eyeball on the map so that I could see where enemies were at, essentially. So I would see an eyeball over that way and no, don't go that way, or do go that way if you are looking to murder. And the enemies do different things. Like there's one guy that I think you're supposed to like hide from and be quiet, because if he sees or hears you, he comes right at you. There's like a demon guy that will absolutely chase you down. There's a lot of different variety.
That's cool.
It's not so many that I think that they are done adding things. I do feel like it needs some more. And they're like, after you're done playing the game, it pops up this survey thing because it's a demo. They haven't released yet, so they're like, what do you like about this? What do you like about this? What do you like about this? What would you change? So I hope that one, goes the distance, because it's a pretty cool concept.
I got some hopes for it. I think like after the night we were playing, I started kind of getting into making a build and whatnot. So I started running. It was with a sword, I think it was. It was running with a sword, and we found several items. Like one of them gave me health up, gave me power, but made it so that I couldn't crouch. And I was like, okay, that's a good trade-off. Then another one was like power, like just straight power increase. and then another one was like power and sprint speed, but my health went down. So I'm like,
Can you
okay.
swap those out at any time so you find something
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
like?
You could just throw it down on the because all of this stuff is your loot too. So you have to throw it. You can throw it on the dinghy to count as your money, your profit part.
That's kind of neat.
And anything that you are carrying when you call it a day goes up to the ship with you.
Yeah.
So you can
so
keep your
it.
items. You can keep your build, so you can go down again and kind of search some more, or keep your build the way you like. You can also sell on the ship too. If you don't like your stuff, you can just take it off, throw it down, or you can load those items up on the ship and keep them there, so you can save your stuff. So you can kind of hold on to items, stash them, sell them, make different builds. So I was like super melee oriented, and I was trying to fight off these monsters. Some of them give you really good bonuses, but holy shit, do they fuck up your vision. Like some of them, like, I mean, it makes it so that you only see like in green. Like you get night vision,
Or
and
pixels.
that's it. Like, yeah, it turns everything into pixels, or it shrinks your vision to where you're only looking like this.
Yeah.
But it gives you some crazy stat bonuses, but you're doing lots of trade-offs with it. It's super, super interesting. And sometimes the graves will like fall into a hole, so you're stuck in the
There's
rooms
like an underground
underground.
cavern kind of area that you can go through.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was neat. I do want to play that one some more just to see what else is in there.
Kat has not played it yet. I really want to play it with her because I think she'd enjoy it too.
Was she not? Oh, yeah, that's right. She wasn't there with us.
But yeah, she was. It was us with Virtue.
Yeah.
But that's what I was talking about early access earlier, and some games taking ideas from other games and kind of doing a different view on it. And I think this game looked at Repo and like, holy shit, I love playing Repo. What if the pieces that you pick up you can put in your inventory and give you like change your stats, so you can kind of like do RPG builds and whatnot. And I think it works.
Yeah,
it fits for this kind of game. It's pretty neat.
Well, I like the concept of not having to go into a shop and buy shit to help yourself out. Instead, you're picking it up as you go, so you're getting rewarded for exploring.
it does have
there are
shop-esque
some
things. There's like a slot machine that you can pull the thing on, and if you hit the jackpot, it drops out like a bunch of items that you can use. It's like there's a staff thing that we were not super proficient with because you got to charge up to fire
I figured out
it.
how it works. Yeah, I figured out how it works. It's a power-based weapon. You charge it as you like shoot a fireball, but the fireball hit detection is pretty rough. You got to make sure you like hit their feet so that it AoEs and hits them. I was able to figure it out later.
I did not
What was
figure
the
it
other
out.
thing, Griff?
There was the sword, the blunderbuss, which
Yeah, the
those are
blunderbuss was
self-explanatory.
OP. Blunderbuss is OP. Any enemy you just boom, and they kill almost any enemy.
And I feel like there was one other thing that you could get from that, and then there was the health vending machine. Which the nice thing about the health vending machine, the not nice thing is every time you buy a health potion, it increases the amount, so the next time you buy it is more expensive. But once you drink it, you can actually put it in the sell bin. So the glass container, you can make money off of it. It's not enough that it pays for itself or anything, but at least there was
price goes up every time. And then there was the strength one. What did the strength one do? Did it give you health increase?
I don't remember.
You stronger to carry more objects?
I didn't use that.
It increased your power. It made your power go up. But knowing that the price on the stuff inside of the ship goes up every time you buy it, on the map, you're always given one health machine to use, which I think has 2 charges, and a weapon machine that you can find and use. And the bigger the map gets, the more machines that are on that map to use for free. You don't have to pay for the machines on the map, so you're given weapons and you're given health to be able to use,
which is
That's
nice.
good.
So
yeah,
so I was like, okay, that's a good balance. It's smart to use. Cool.
I feel like
these guys have a good idea.
They took they watched Lethal Company go, okay, that's a good game, and then Repo go, we like Lethal Company, how can we do that a little differently or maybe better in some aspects? And then they went, we like those games, how can we do both of those a little better and differently and make it our own thing? So I like it. I want to try it out again. And
Definitely.
We did that. The Shift at Midnight game that we played the demo for before, it's also not out yet, has an update. I'd like to try that out soon.
3 players.
Yeah, I wish that it was 4 or 5. That's the thing that's the reason we haven't tried out the new update yet, is because
We could have played last night. with 3 of us.
I didn't think about it.
I forgot we played the golf game the other night.
Yeah,
too,
the
that
golf
everybody
game
took.
is, a big group. We played Super Battle Golf, which...
That game is amazing, but holy... was it infuriating. Okay, it is a game of patience and aggression, which is not a good combo. I'm trying to line up a shot.
Mario
and here
Party
comes
with
somebody.
golf, and somebody is not friends after playing for a few hours. That is just how it is. Like, you're going.
I think, and here's the thing: is you can, as the person that is setting up the game, you can adjust how the drops happen, and that are there.
If
the
you
power-ups
ever
to
put
help
the
you.
laser beam on again,
It's the orbital laser.
You guys do
Basically,
that for the
whoever's
last round. That was
closest-
so good in that last round.
Whoever's closest to the hole, the only power ups you get is that, and it targets them and just annihilates them.
Yes.
So you got like 4 or 5 laser beams coming in at once, and you're like, well, you know what? Fuck you.
But when you first start, I think you do all the power ups that make you faster, right? So like the coffee, the jump, and the golf cart, and you start the game that way because that was one of our most fun rounds, right? Because it was most competitive, and then we added the orbital one.
I also feel like I had more chance in the round with just the speed than I did with the other ones because I inevitably only got garbage out of mine. And anybody else that got stuff is like, well, here's a rocket launcher. Here's this thing that's going to destroy you. Here's me knocking you off the map again. I'm like, I hate this. And it was one of our friends specifically was very aggressive about it. And I'm like, I'm about to just quit this game and never speak to him again. You have about 5 seconds to stop being an asshole.
That is definitely, it's kind of weird because it's almost like Mario Kart in a way. But that's the reason, because I've got to figure out how to fine tune that because the orbital weapon that she was talking about is basically the blue shell. Is what it is.
Yeah.
But but normally the blue shell is like the last 3 people can get the blue shell in if you're playing Mario Kart. No one above that can get it. And I've got to figure out how to fine tune that to where it is one of those last people that's doing it and not everyone.
Or not like the person
drop.
in second place. Because you're trying to get, it's golf. So of course you got to hit your ball into the hole, right? So you need a minute to line up your shot too. So you're trying to line up your shot before somebody comes by and completely fucks you. And you can tell based on how much I've started cursing now as opposed to the entire rest of the show, how much it tilted me.
It was
I mean, at some point, it's like you
won
get
the third
lasered.
round, by the way. She was pissed the first 2 rounds and then won the third round.
Yeah.
I think I just scared
hate
everybody else into
everybody, and then I
submission,
won.
so...
Well,
the first round I was trying to figure it out, and I couldn't make any progress because one of us was not actually playing the game. He was just being a dick.
Yeah.
So...
That's right. Chicken set him straight.
Yeah. But... And that one, Baka played with us for a while.
Sometimes you just gotta put the fucking hammer. You gotta put the fist down.
And
like,
Baka had to know
fuck
about.
with people.
He was just like,
Yep.
I have to be done now. I can't. I'm too tilted. I just can't handle
What's
this.
so funny is the game after he left was the easy game. The one
Yeah,
that
it was more
just
chill, yeah.
Yeah, it was super good. Like it was like, all right, everybody's chilling out. We're just playing the game and having fun.
I do want more
Okay.
maps. They only have 27
Yeah.
Yeah.
on there. Like more holes.
Yeah, there's only three sections in the map. Add some mod abilities to it. Let people make maps.
Yeah,
man.
but that's
'Cause,
a
I mean,
new game.
I think
so
there
they're
is.
still
I think there's a
working on
creation
it.
setting.
There might be. I'd have to
I
check
think
it out.
you
But
might be able to create your own. There's not like on Steam where you can go to the workshop or anything.
yeah, there's no
but I think you
workshop.
can-
But
No,
yeah,
I think
if I
it's
can
like
make
built into the actual game. I think.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Golf with Your Friends has
I'll-
that. I don't know about the other
Yeah.
one, but Golf with Friends also has.
I'm just trying to remember the menu on top of my head, and I want to say it was in there, but maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, I'll check it out because
But-
definitely, I think the only thing that game lacks is more maps.
It was fun. For the first little bit before we actually started playing, Nugget was in here watching it and just
Oh,
like
my
it was
goodness.
like the waiting room is the golf course where you can run around and do whatever you want and kind of try out different things and whatnot. He was dying watching people
hilarious.
get blown up, people get run over by golf carts, like, and it's all cartoony. Don't worry, it's not like he was watching
Hit Uncle
GTA
Red.
or something.
Hit Uncle
yeah,
Red. That was
he's standing
dying.
over here next to me going, "Hit Uncle Red, hit him, run him over." I was like, oh no, the amount of violence I've already incited here. But he was just, he thought it was so funny. Specifically Uncle Red too. Like, get Uncle Red. I'm like, what? Why him?
That's so funny. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was
Yeah.
it was different. It was $8.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
one
it was
actually is
fun.
$8. It's not 23.
But we, like Chicken mentioned, we played Misery. That one is a lot of fun too. That's 5 player lobbies, right, Chicken?
Yeah, it's 5 player lobbies.
So
The
we
game
can't play it on our
$3.
big group, but it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'll hand it to him. It was 12. It's $12 right now, but I think we got it for like $3 or $4. The gameplay, okay, and you have to have dynamic content for it to interest me. It's got to be able to change. So you have your bunker that you live in. Okay, you can customize it with crafting equipment and storage things, like, and you can tear down walls and build walls and kind of like decorate it however you want. So it's got a building aspect to it. Then you go out of your bunker and you've got this like open area at the front that's considered your front yard, where you can put stuff in. And then when you go to the door on the other end of your front yard, every day the outside changes the environment. It's a giant like square that you go out and explore.
And loot.
It's stalkerish, like from Chernobyl and things like that. Like lots of radioactivity. There's enemies out there. There's houses to loot, and you can loot just about anything.
Yeah,
We
it's
loot
definitely like a supernatural thing too, but it's...
Yeah, there's monsters, and you got to find materials, food. You got to have your sanity. There's campfires out there that you can sit by to help heal you. Like, it's nice out there, and it's always different. Every day is different. You have 20 minutes. That's it. When the 20 minutes go up, you'll hear the storm start thundering, and then it's the Silent Hill horn,
like
the
siren.
giant foghorn,
It's
siren.
not a foghorn.
And
It's an air raid siren.
Whatever, air raid siren, and you have 60 seconds to get back home. If you don't get back to your bunker,
You get nuked,
when it goes off, you
essentially.
die and you lose all your stuff. So you try not to go too far out from the door. Well, at least trying to make sure that you maintain some kind of connection to where the door is. You can whistle too, so that everybody can see like a little icon of where that whistle is coming from, so you can kind of keep track of each other where you're at, which is very, very important. But yeah, like, and then you go back to your bunker. Next day starts. You can go back out. The world is different again.
There's a shop
you
that you can go and sell at as well. So you
Yeah,
can
which
go
is
and
also
buy
very
things.
nice,
If you
too.
couldn't find them, as long as you have enough money or other stuff to sell, then you can go and sell and trade and things like that.
Yes, which is
But-
super nice. We've got a garden. The electricity in this game, I actually think they did a very good job on it, because we've got these little wooden posts that generate 1 electricity, and you can kind of hook them up to car batteries, and then car batteries to lights or stoves and things like that, so that you can kind of generate power to cook from, or run your generators, or run your workshops and things like that.
Run your microwave.
And you can well, the microwave actually doesn't require any power, which is surprising, but
We have a magic microwave. We cook
we
everything
do have
in
a
it.
magic microwave. I cook
The
bread in a
magic
magic microwave.
Yeah.
It's awesome. But yeah, it's a pretty solid game. I'm pretty sure this is one of those single developer games.
Yeah, I think so.
We've just been working on it.
I actually do think that Oak's group would also like it. Like, you guys would probably play it for a little while. And
From the sound of it, it sounds like
yeah.
wood.
It's
Yeah,
got
it's
like
pretty
pixely
solid.
graphics. It's not completely pixel, but it's not like high def graphics.
I have to look at it because you know who's very picky.
Yeah,
about
I know. I
pixelation.
think that'd be the only drawback for you guys, but
If
I
it's
feel
cartoonish
That
like
was-
in any way whatsoever.
I wouldn't say it's cartoonish. I'd say it's like darker, very basic. Like, there's no customization. I thought it was going to be off-putting for everybody, but everybody's just kind of moved on from it, and they care more about, like, the gameplay style is fun. The gameplay loop is
Yeah.
good. It just ain't looking good. Plus, all the characters look exactly the same, except when you dress yourself up, you could dress yourself up any way that you
well,
want.
you find
and
your
clothes are
gear, and so
fine.
everybody's
Well, it's
wearing
kind of like
different
Lethal
stuff.
Company in that respect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
kind
that.
of like that.
Yeah, like everybody in Misery
Yeah.
loads in as Pugsley Adams, and then you go from there.
Yep.
So, but I've got like a hoodie thing for my character, and I didn't realize it was the hoodie at first, but it darkens the side of your screen so that it is like you have a hoodie on. You can't see the full periphery.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah,
For like
I
a
was like,
little
oh.
tile.
And my theory that I haven't been able to prove yet is because since she has a hoodie on, she can't hear our whistling as well when she's farther away.
Yeah, because they'll be like, well, I can see
Because
where you're at. And I'm like, I can't see your whistles.
She starts
Sorry.
whistling, and I could see her, but if I whistle, she can't see me. So I think it's because she has the hoodie on that she can't hear my whistles as far.
That makes sense. That's a cool mechanic, to be fair.
Yeah,
But
we're
yeah,
gonna try
like,
to test it.
But I feel like there needs to be a trade-off. Like if she,
I
like
think she
maybe
gets
she
more
can
protection
see
on
further. She gets protection.
Yeah, I think I get more protection
from, like,
out
wearing
of it.
that. Like,
and I have more
keeps her
pocket
head
space
safer.
in it as well. Like your outfit, it dictates how much you can carry and things like that. And it doesn't give you like a quantitative number for protection. It just says gives better than average or gives less than average, gives no protection, like your different stuff. So
yeah, radiation protection stuff, like heavier military stuff. Like,
Chicken,
so
thinking
many
about it now,
variables in this.
it might be the hat I'm wearing, because the hat I'm wearing is one of those like Russian, like floofy in the front, but it's got the side flaps. It might be that. I didn't realize. I was looking at the picture for Misery, and that hat is on the cover art, and I was like, oh, maybe that is what I'm wearing. Maybe it's that, because I can't see it.
You might
so
be right.
We'll test it out. We have plenty of time to play that game. We'll test it out.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Like, the game is solid for a single developer. Gameplay loop, he's got it down. He's got so many more plans for it, and it was cheap enough for, I was like, that's a 5-player game, and we don't have many of those. So, and Kat was like, I like this. I feel like we could play it again. Which, I'm like, all right.
Kat and I were the ones that we weren't sure about. Like, I wasn't sure I was gonna like it, and I wasn't sure she was gonna like it either. But the two of us we're usually out there bumbling around together, so that makes it more enjoyable. But yeah, both of us are, hey, we're lost again. How do we get back?
Yeah, I like it. It's a solid game. Kudos to the guy making it. It's fun, and it's got 15,000 reviews all the way through with 85% positivity. So,
good lord,
pretty solid game. I'm impressed. Again, doing research before buying an early access game, I was impressed. It was at a good enough price point. The price point I think is about to go up to after when he releases it. And I saw that it was like, all right, let's do this. Oh wait, no, it is already full released.
Yeah, it's full release.
This isn't an early access game. Yeah, okay, perfect. Good game.
Wow.
But yes, a solid game. Solid game.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? Or are you ready to get out of here?
I played Resident Evil Requiem on Friday.
I knew you were gonna do it. That's why I asked.
Okay. I am very upset
I've
that I
been
have
watching
not
a ton of
more.
it, so I'm interested to hear your point of view on this one.
I have not gotten to play enough of it. So I've watched one of my streamers play up to where I'm at in the game, and just as enthused as I am, and I've watched another streamer up to where I'm at in the game, just as enthused. And I have to say, Grace's character will be on the panel for best performance by an actor this year at the Game Awards. There
100%.
is no doubt in my mind. Her performance so far is up there with Baldur's Gate. Easy. It is unbelievable the amount of presence that she is presenting through in this character.
What I'm impressed with the game, because like the only Resident Evil I ever played was 2. But what I'm impressed with the game is the fact of the feeling between the two characters you're playing. Not necessarily the point of view, but like the one feels like Bambi and the other feels like fucking Rambo. And it is so awesome.
True.
Yes. I think that's the only complaint I've seen in the reviews for this game is like they can't decide what they want to do, and it's like I think
it's because they're two different
absolutely
characters.
Perfectly balanced. That you've got such a slow-paced character. Everything she does feels skittish. Like the breathing, the intensity. Every time she sees an enemy, like the convey that the character does through every little bit of nuance that the character shows is so good. And then Leon's just like completely unfazed. Brother man has been through this so many times.
So many dad jokes. It's fantastic. I love every bit of it.
Leon's always been kind of like that.
But it's like he's to this point now though. It's like it's unbelievably how unfazed he is with some of this shit. Like it's just like point of life.
Yes, it really
I feel
is.
like it is. Even in 4, it started to lean that way for him, where he's like, okay, here we go again.
I mean, that's what makes it so good. Is this is almost 20 years later after 4.
Yeah.
But the 6, this is also in the same timeline as 6 and some of the movies. He's a recovering alcoholic. He's definitely been through a lot of shit. Like at this point, he is as stern as could be, and is not phased. And his one-liners are absolutely perfect. And like he is just, I mean, I
Leon's my
almost hate
jam.
to say it, but it feels like Resident Evil Requiem is like the perfect Resident Evil game with how balanced it is between horror and action. Grace's parts are perfect for that slow horror style, and then Leon comes in not overly done, but a perfect balance of action, one-liners, and not giving a fuck. Like, I mean, it almost feels like I haven't finished it, so I can't say it's a perfect game, but it almost feels like a perfect game. I just need to see how they end it, because holy shit, from what I have played
It's
already,
so fucking well done. So well done.
It
I've
is.
enjoyed watching it because it's like, you know, because I'd asked you if you were going to be able to stream it or not, and then so I ended up finding somebody one of my regulars that I watch has been playing it, and I have watched it. He was probably about an hour into the game when I started watching it, but it didn't really change anything. I knew kind of what was happening, and it was
been watching
so
the
far,
VODs too. They are so good.
yeah. And
Good.
it's I don't know, some of the stuff is just brilliant to me writing wise, and it had things that I didn't expect for them to go to and do, and it had stuff that like I'm like, wait, I've never seen that in a game ever.
Pleasantly
type of thing.
surprised.
Hey, I will say this is not a spoiler in any way. It's the only game I've ever seen somebody reach through a fucking door that they could get their hand through and reach to the other side and open it up.
Oh, you mean go to unlock it? Do the thing?
Yeah,
Instead of being
so
like,
they reached
oh, no.
over into the thing, and boop, Leon just, and there you go, done.
Of
And I
course
was
it
like,
was
wait,
Leon.
what?
Yeah. Oh my
He's experienced.
gosh.
He knows how to open doors now.
Yes, it's so good. Like, it's so good. I can't wait to play more of it. I need to play more of it.
Well, you can play tomorrow.
And I will say, I've been watching Ko play it recently. I watched my other streamer and watching Ko play it. I wish I had a rig as good as Ko, because, oh my god, I can't express with words how unparalleled the RE engine is. I think that I can say with a fact that the RE engine is the best gaming engine, the best looking gaming engine
I would say
out
it's
there
one of
today.
the best.
I think it's one of. I don't think it's the best.
Yeah, I
necessarily,
think
but do
there are a
think it's one
couple
of.
that are pretty
What-
high
what
contenders.
Give me another game.
Kojima's
then.
engine looks fucking amazing too. Like, take a look at some of the Death Stranding 2 stuff, and holy shit.
I've watched a little bit of that.
I think from a horror standpoint, I think it's built for that.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
think
the
RE is
difference.
definitely
It's
built
like,
for the style of game it is. I think it's built
Yeah.
for it, and I would say the same with Kojima. I think
Yeah,
for the
I think,
style of game that he creates, then he knows how to work his own engine for sure.
I think the
Which sounds a little
characters
weird to
look unbelievable in Resident Evil on the RE engine, but I mean it's literally built for Resident Evil. Like
Yeah.
it was built entirely around this, and I think
But
Kojima's engine is built more for the world building.
But
The
it's kinda like
characters are
when-
incredible.
The old PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 days, when Sony's shit looked so much better than everything else did on the PlayStation, it's because they understood how their engine worked better than anyone else did.
Yeah,
And I think you're going to deal with the same thing with it. I think the only people that haven't figured out their damn engine is Bethesda.
Bethesda and,
Oh,
I would argue
and
Frostbite
EA,
engine.
the Frostbite
yeah.
engine.
Oh,
Those
fair.
Theirs
those doofuses.
Yeah.
They built their own engine and still don't know how to work it right.
Well,
They know how to work it in a sports game.
yeah. The sports people can work it, but they don't loan those engineers out to just anybody now.
You can't get them out of the bunker. Come on,
Yeah.
guys.
But yeah, I am so impressed with RE so far.
Yeah,
And I want more of it.
Very sweet to watch. Like I've enjoyed watching someone play it. I know I'll never play it, but it's fun to watch other people play it for sure.
Griff will
And
be
the
playing it after
reactions.
I'm done
Yeah.
with it.
It's on my to-do list there. Well, anything else?
No, that should be
Is
it.
it?
Okay, well then, now that we've been here for 2 hours, but you only get us for 2 hours every 2 months at this point, apparently, so.
Every
Whatever.
month you get us for 2
We'll be
hours.
back next month, hopefully. Please don't let March be garbage. Alright.
We appreciate everybody that hangs out with us every other week anymore. Every month. Once a month. Woo! For Infinite Respawn, I'm Oak Tree.
Griff.
I'm chicken.
Bach will be back.
See you.
Bye.
Please hang up and try again.